Hi, my name is Barry Sterling Mitchell. I produce the Sterling and Net Point Power Rankings and the Bias Plus reports, and this is Ben and Barry on football.
Hello out there, this is Ben Dickerson, your co-host, and we are ready to talk about what's going on in the world of football.
Ben, before we start in the world of football, let's just acknowledge that we are in basketball playoff time.
Yes,
and it's one of the fun things that you have when you don't have football. You know, at least you got the high level of some basketball going on. So what do you think? You're a Sixer fan.
Yeah, this is actually a really hot time in the world of sports, a hot time of year. You've got Major League Baseball in full swing. You have NBA playoffs. You have the NHL playoffs, if anybody out there is into hockey. You got some key boxing matches here and there. You even got some MMA matches going on, and football is just revving up. So, yeah, this is a good time of year.
I was watching the second game between the Sixers and the Hawks. At the end of the first game, I remember saying it looked like the Sixers found out what level of energy, I guess I'm going to say, for lack of a better term, that they needed in order to handle them guys in the second half of the first game, because they made a furious comeback. Came up a little short, made a furious comeback, and it looked like they really came out with that same level of energy in the second game and really, jumped out to a nice lead, but the question was, could they keep it going, through four quarters, and by the end of the first half, the lead was only 2. So I figured it's going to be an interesting game, but it's interesting as far as Joel Embiid is going to let it be interesting, because it doesn't seem like they have any answers for him at all.
Yeah, I think I said that before this series even began, that the one thing we know for sure is they have no answer for Joel. They did seem to figure out what level of enthusiasm and focus they would have to get off to a good start in this game. And they did that in the first quarter, and then looked like a little malaise kind of fell over them. They weren't able to hold on to a substantial lead. And by halftime, they were up or down by 2. The good thing was that over the course of the first half, and even over the course of the fourth quarter of the first game and the first half of the second game, they realized that they had some advantages over these guys, and they just stuck with it. I think Doc Rivers did a masterful job of working his rotation, getting guys in, limiting the rotation, managing people's minutes, and then taking a flyer on Shake Milton, who looked like somebody got up in his face and said, dude, you might get one more shot at this, or you're going to lose all your minutes to Tyrese Maxey. And he came out on fire. So that was a bit of a surprise, probably for everybody, including him. Okay.
It was for me. It was. I'm like, okay, who fired you up, dude? Coming down, was it the end of the first quarter or something? And he dropped this 3 from damn near half court.
Dude, he scored 14 points in 14 minutes.
Yeah, mainly threes.
14 points in 14 minutes. Bottom of the net threes. I think he had a steal. He had another defensive play. And he had a big assist to somebody, Tobias or somebody. I mean, you couldn't find anybody except probably his relatives that would have been mad if he never got in another game this year. And I'm sure when they put him in, people were like, oh, man, Shaq. And then he just came out. He was on fire.
It was amazing.
I think he's going to do it again. But guess what? They won that game. And I think they'll finish these guys off in the next couple.
Okay, all right. Well, there's a lot of good basketball going on. We're not going to get too deep into basketball because it's a lot going on in terms of football also.
Check out Ben and Barry on football. What you need to know when you need to know it. Tune in Fridays, 6 to 7:30 p.m.